Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack.
Hello, I am Captain America.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you familiar with the
Out of all the people?
of any? I could do anything. The world is endless. What do you have?
Hello.
Nothing.
Of course. My name is
And it better not be a superhero the way you came for me.
Roger Rabbit.
Oh, copycat feels like almost.
Mhm.
And welcome back to
Please
Please
don't
Don't Spoil the Movie. Forgot the name of the podcast.
No.
You look
I was
just
trying
like
to get in sync with you.
you look just like Dochi. Like
My name is Doji with two eyes.
eyes.
People that
My name is
Was
Dochi.
that
Hi,
good?
my
Was
name
that close?
Dochi with two eyes.
Mm.
I like painted.
Thank you. I take that as a huge compliment.
You look
So-
just like her.
Oh wow.
It's the braids.
That's all.
Shout out to Dochi. Well, no, I mean like the braids help. Like I never saw it before, but like that. I feel like she's had that hairstyle. I feel like she often wears a hairstyle.
Yes. Something similar.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are you? How was your trip to Jamaica?
Girl. I missed my flights. Was
What you did?
supposed to get there on Thursday. Got to the airport 30 minutes before boarding, and they said you have to be here 45 minutes before boarding, and they wouldn't let me get on the fucking flight. The flight hadn't even left yet. They wouldn't let me get on it. Couldn't go get to Jamaica till the next day because that's the only flights I had available. And then so I paid all that money. The flight alone was $800.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I paid all that money. We left on Sunday. I didn't get there till Friday. So I was only there for one full day. All that money. And it rained every day we were there.
Yeah, it rained when we went to Jamaica too. It was gloomy.
When?
I guess it must have been during the summer. I don't remember so long ago.
So many moons ago.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't even say I went to Jamaica. I feel like I gotta go back because like I just felt like it was a wasted trip.
I don't know if I like Jamaica's resorts.
I wasn't too... Well, honestly, I was only there for one full day, so I really couldn't even get to see the resort that I stayed at like that.
Because y'all had
But yeah, I feel like, yeah, it wasn't like... It was nice. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like I honestly need to stay at a Sandals if I go back.
How was the food?
It was disgusting.
Yeah,
at the resort.
The food at the resort is disgusting.
I didn't know you could make food that nasty.
Yeah, it's not very...
I didn't know it was that easy or that possible to make food that disgusting.
Maybe we should try Sandals. I don't know why, but I think Sandals in my head is low budget. It might be because of
we passed up a Sandals.
We did too.
On the way to like one of our excursions. And I was like, oh.
Yep.
When I passed it up, I was like, we should have stayed here. And there was another one that I liked. That's like a Sandals. I think it's called Beach Resorts. Are you familiar?
Never did. No.
They had a nice one. I'd stay there. Let me see. Let me Google it. But yeah, all in all, I mean, obviously I was there to... Well, not obviously. So I was there for a bachelorette trip.
Yeah.
Not yours.
Right.
A friend, though, who is getting married the day after you. Can't wait for that.
Did the bride have a great time?
She had a great time. I'm glad she had a great time. I had for the 72 hours I was there, I had a good time. But I was just like, the cost isn't matching the time frame.
Yeah.
I'm really upset about that. And then it's raining.
Honestly, you probably should have left Monday. Even if you would have got there Thursday. So it's a quick trip.
It was a conversation. We were talking about it. But then I was like, where are we going to stay? And I was like, I don't have the money for another day.
Oh. Because I feel like if you're going that far, you might as well just stay.
Right.
Thursday to Monday.
If there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night? Oh.
What the hell's that song?
She is so lucky. Beautiful girl. She's so lucky. She's a star, but she cries, cries, cries in her lonely heart, thinking if there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night?
What song is that?
Lucky by Britney Spears.
Oh, how you find that song?
Oh my goodness. I've heard it before, was never into it. Then that show that I was telling you about that's on Amazon Prime that I thought was going to get canceled, they like opened with that song and I was like, the song is fucking fantastic. And I've been listening to it on replay for the past like 6 days.
Okay. Well, besides your
escapades in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I was also really disappointed because when I go international, I'm always on the hunt for a man.
Yeah.
Okay?
I wouldn't do that.
That is my number one thing. I don't give a fuck about dating in the US, in America. But the second I hit those international waters, I'm looking for my international love. My man of mystery.
Okay.
And I didn't find anybody while I was out there. Because I didn't have enough time. Because I was only there for one full day and I was freaking pissed.
Do you want a Jamaican man or do you want a man that's also
I'm open to
Jamaica?
all.
From America.
Both. Either or is fine with me.
You're gonna try looking for a man while we're in Las Vegas?
No, I just said international waters. When I go
maybe
across
they're not from here.
Borders. I don't want anybody in Las Vegas. I can tell you that right now.
Well,
but I will be on the prowl when we go to Tokyo.
Tokyo, okay, maybe.
That's right.
We'll see.
But yeah, so and then as soon as I got back from Jamaica, turn around, and I went to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta. So I got back from Jamaica on Sunday. Then the following Friday, I went to Atlanta. Jet setter. My friend, her mom is like a masseuse to the stars. And for like athletes, specifically like Olympians. And
really?
yeah. Like she went to Paris, like her mom was in Paris for like the Paris Olympics. She joined her mom while she was out there. But yeah, so her mom's like a masseuse to like Olympians.
So her mom like super rich or is just like regular job? She just so happens to have great clientele.
I don't know. I've never seen their home.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, she does well, I'm sure.
Just wondering like, how much extra do I get paid for being a masseuse to the stars?
Right. No, not sure. But yeah, so her mom's a masseuse. She's also the masseuse for Rick Ross. And my friend was like, hey, Rick Ross is having a car show. My mom works for him. She'll be out there working. Do you want to come? I don't know anything about Rick Ross. Don't know anything about cars. But I was like, sign me the fuck up. So I went to Atlanta to bear witness to Rick Ross's car show. His house was massive. Cars everywhere. All different types of cars.
I can't believe his car show is on his property.
His car show's on his property. His house was massive. My friend's mom was like, yeah, his house sits on like 300 acres. 300 acres.
I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's a lot.
You can't even compute 300 acres.
I can't compute 1 acre. Because I really don't know how much an acre is.
Well, it's huge. And he has 300 of them. 300.
So do you have to pay to go to the car show? Or is it like open to the public? Or
I don't know. I didn't have to pay. If I did, I wouldn't have gone.
But like, how does he know how many people are coming to his house? Is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you definitely have to buy a ticket.
But like, can I buy a ticket there? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. People had wristbands. I don't know.
Like, how does he keep track of how many people are coming to his house? You know, like a fair, you don't really care how many people are coming because we have the capacity. We're made for this. But Rick Ross's backyard, like, how does he deal with the capacity and all that nature?
Yeah,
just curious.
I'm not really sure the back of house stuff. I just know I was able to go for free.
Yeah. So what did you do at this car show? Tell me about it. You just walked around. You ate. It looked like a fair from the video footage that I saw.
So it did kind of look, his house looks like a fair house. Like it just, like the land it sits on, it looks like you could fit a carnival there. So yeah, there's food trucks everywhere and whatever. So her mom got there like, I guess like Wednesday in like preparation.
Yeah.
When did I get there? I got there Friday. So the show was on Saturday. So like Friday, what was your question?
What did you do? Like, what did you do? What do you do at a car show?
Yeah,
walk around.
Literally, thank God her mom was like working the event because she had a golf cart
Uh-huh.
the whole time. And like me and my friend were just riding with her on the golf court. And I was like, thank God. Because the amount of fields there was, and then the shit was hilly. So and it was hot as fuck. I'd have been like, I can't do this. So thank God she had her golf cart. We were just sitting on the back of the golf court the whole time.
How was she working?
I love this. She was like doing different things. Like she was helping like the vendors like get set up with like their Square. You know, that's that little machine that you swipe credit cards on with your phone. She was helping people get set up with that. She was actually like working. She wasn't like massaging Rick Ross.
Yeah. So like she's a masseuse to the stars, and then she's like, "Hey, you want to hire me for something?" Okay, the girl stays busy.
Yeah, like when we were out there, I was like, "You're not being a masseuse. Like you're being
right.
Like,
she's working.
You're running this shit right now."
Yeah. So do you suggest people to go to this car show? Would you suggest that?
I only suggest you go to the car show if you're interested in cars. One. If you're not interested in cars and you go, you need to have a golf cart.
Am I allowed
Don't go out there without a golf cart.
Are people allowed to bring golf carts that are not
working?
Figure
it out. Find a way. They had some okay, so there was hundreds and hundreds of cars. Yeah. Rick Ross had his cars out too, his own personal collection of like 200 cars. He has like 200 cars.
200?
Yes. 200 vehicles.
God.
So what was I saying? Oh, there were some people who like, okay, you know, like people came with their like tricked out cars. Some people had like tricked out golf carts. So I guess you could bring one in.
Right. I'd be like, my version of a tricked out golf cart is a regular golf cart. Right. It's meta. You wouldn't understand.
Totally.
They're like, it's just a golf cart. I'm like, no. It's meta.
Do you have anything?
Haven't watched anything lately. I have not. I have not. I'm really excited for Sinners to come out on TV so I can watch it again. Have you seen Sinners yet?
No, I have not. And I saw that it's coming out on, you know, the streaming platforms. Now I'm like, I need to hurry up and see it in theaters before it's.
Oh, you're gonna try to? Okay. I think you're
I don't want to see it by myself though. Maybe I'll ex Reagan if she wants to see it.
If I was in town, I'll go with you. And also, James, we've been missing a lot of good plays. You know, Chicago's in town, New Orleans.
Chicago's terrible.
I also want to see it. I have to see it for myself. We missed The Wiz. I like The Wiz. I knew you were going to make the face. I want to see The Wiz. What else did we miss? We missed so many. I was like, now we're missing all the shows.
I was wondering if you were going to bring up Chicago, but I ain't got it like that right now.
I guess next year. But we need to go back to the theater. I did see that Hamilton was doing something on like Paramount Plus, like the original cast or something like that, and I did want to watch that. So I gotta figure out how to watch that.
Well, the original Hamilton is like on Amazon Prime. Not Amazon Prime, Disney Plus.
Oh, is it?
I think you're getting your wires crossed.
No, they had something recently. They did something recently with the original cast.
They performed at the Tonys. Tony.
They made it seem like it was bigger than that, but yeah, when I saw a clip of it, I was like, this looks like a mosh posh of songs. It doesn't seem like they were wearing suits.
Yeah, that's them performing at the Tonys. They performed at the Tonys.
But maybe I didn't watch the original. I always wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
That's all I got.
Tell about the movie we're doing today, love. Excuse me.
Think young love. Think free-spirited girl. Think handsome, young, highfalutin doctor. Think in-laws. Think mother-in-laws. Think engagement. Think future fiancé. Think wedding. Think love. Think moving in. Think evil mother-in-law who's trying to stop it. Think TV host. Think a bootleg Britney Spears. And that brings us to, drumroll please, Monster-in-law.
Bootleg Britney Spears. Yes.
Whoa.
I think you're talking about Jennifer.
What's in my makeup bag? I heard a song with.
I thought you were talking about whatchamacallit, Jennifer Lopez. I was like, no, Jennifer Lopez. I was like, oh.
No. Not Jenny from the block.
I'm stuck king from the block. Used to have a little pump.
Do you like J-Lo?
You
know, the internet doesn't like her.
I will say, you know what? I go back and forth, but I think I've come to the decision that I do like Jennifer Lopez. Her music, her acting, 10 out of 10. She's a great rom-com person. But she eats it up. I don't know why she stopped. She's a great actress.
But honestly, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, she's very cringe right now. Like, please stop trying to sing and stop trying to get on people's stage and sing. That little documentary movie she did, cringe. She's very cringe right now. I'm just like, please fucking stop.
Right.
Go, like, just do some more acting. Let people forget that you stole your voice. You stole Ashanti's voice, and like, come on, bitch.
Right. I must say though, I don't think there's any like pop star who's had that successful of like a movie career as she has. Like, she literally does both.
Yeah, she did. And her
like, usually, you know, there's like an actress
like Beyonce, like did 1 or 2 movies.
Like there's a singer who's like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
That bitch got bangers.
Like fucking, I mean, these aren't bangers, but like Anaconda was good. Monster-in-Law.
The Made in Manhattan. The Wedding Planner.
What's the one where she killed her husband?
Enough.
Like, she got some good, like, Enough, like, she's got some
Enough
good stuff.
Enough is 5 stars.
Enough is 5 stars. She's got some good stuff.
The Boy Next Door. I think that's what it's called.
I don't know why she's so into being a singer. Like, let that go, bitch.
Let that go.
Selena. How do we figure fuck up Selena?
Oh, right. Selena.
The Boy Next Door, The Wedding Planner. She was in Hustles was good. That was the last one she did.
Yeah. That was good.
She did a Netflix movie called Atlas. For a Netflix movie, it was okay. But you know, all Netflix movies to me are trash. But Jersey Girl, she did a lot of good stuff. She should stick with that.
Yeah, but
stop trying to act. And I was really rooting for her and Ben.
I was too. I really wanted them to work it out. For them to only be married for like 5 seconds is comical.
Yeah, but see, I kind of, she's cringe to me, but I like what she's. I like what she represents. Like, I like how she's just like, how old is she? Like 50? How old is she?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm like a 50-year-old, 55. She's 55. And I ain't stopping. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if y'all think I'm cringe. I'm gonna get up here with my leotard. I don't care if y'all think I can sing or not. Like, I'm gonna revive my career on my own.
Right.
I'm gonna go shake my ass.
Don't be caring.
I'm gonna fall in love again.
Because she has to know, like, the internet makes fun of her. And, like, she has done nothing to correct it.
Like that video, she was like, I was a street kid. I was the hair.
This hair reminds me of when I was just a wild kid, 16, running around in the Bronx. Bitch, you can't be serious.
What is wrong with her?
What's wrong with you? Because your hair did not look like that. Your hair was not looking like that. I know it wasn't.
And she just says, like, when someone was like, what's your favorite?
Crazy kid, running around in the Bronx.
I used to get the orange drink. You know that video when they was like in front of her.
She's like, my favorite order was an orange drink and a ham sandwich.
They're like, what?
Bitch.
Like, she's just so, she can't, like, stop talking. Please stop talking, J-Lo. But great career.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give her that.
Hilarious.
But, yes, but please, someone, and she's got a great, like, I know all her relations have worked out, but she's been dating some top tier men. Who will she date next? A-Rod.
She dated P. Diddy, so.
Oh, that was low. Yeah, but she ran. She didn't walk. She ran from that shit.
Right.
She was like,
she said, this is a little bit too urban for me.
She said, oh, hell no.
I mean Jenny from the block. But my block wasn't that, okay?
I feel like that's what we always thought, like, it was too black for her. But now, like, in Black Bag, maybe she was like,
oh, right. What kind of shit are you into, dude? I gotta get out of here.
She's like, saw it. But yeah, she did A-Rod, Ben Affleck. What hottie she gonna date next?
Right. I was very surprised her and A-Rod didn't make it.
Well, he cheated on her with Southern Charm Girl. I mean.
Oh, right. He did. That was so crazy.
So crazy. I love that. It was like iconic. It was like bridging the gap between reality TV and like really big celebrities. It's iconic.
Yeah. Good for her.
Good for her. She's so beautiful. What's her name?
You shut your Muppet mouth.
Madison. Madison, gorgeous girl. Just gorgeous. She deserves I mean, don't cheat on sleep with married men, but she
is pretty.
She deserves to date a millionaire. I ain't lying to you.
Yeah. Real stuff.
Yeah, somehow she ended up with a firefighter, but sure.
He's cute. He's
cute.
A handsome guy.
She could do better.
Well, with that being said, that leads us into J-Lo's character really couldn't do better than Kevin. But Mother-in-Law.
Woo! What
Charlie,
a fun movie.
A sweet and optimistic woman falls in love with the perfect man, Kevin. But when Kevin introduces her to his overbearing and manipulative mother, Viola, things take a turn. Recently fired from her job and terrified of losing her son to another woman, Viola becomes determined to sabotage Charlie and Kevin's relationship. What follows is a long-lasting feud leading up to the days of Charlie and Kevin's wedding. The film is a romantic comedy film directed by Robert Luptik and written by Anna Koff. Sure. The movie was released May 13th, 2005 and distributed by New Line Cinema Pictures. The film marked Jane Fonda's return to cinema, being her first role in 15 years since Stanley and Iris in 1990.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why she wait so long?
That is crazy, right? She married the founder of CNN.
Wow.
Never said I don't need to work another day in my life.
When I tell you that's like a level of money I can't even think of. I never thought about the founder of CNN.
Exactly. She married the founder of CNN. That is crazy. She was like, yeah, I don't need to do this anymore.
That's fair.
So I'm good here.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes actors be like, damn, it's a lot.
Right. So
they still married?
That happened. No, I think that's why she did this movie. He probably I'm divorced now.
Maybe he made her stop working. It's like, you know how they be.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, Lopez, Jennifer, however, earned a Golden Raspberry Award nomination for Worst Actress for her performance in the film, but lost to Jenny McCarthy for Dirty Love.
Oh.
The film was negatively received by critics who praised Fonda's performance, but panned the screenplay and Lopez's performance.
I don't think it's that bad.
I thought J-Lo did an excellent job.
Yeah, I think she did fine.
The bitch may not be able to sing, but I think she can act.
For a rom-com, she did fine.
For rom-coms. I don't want to see her in a drama.
Yeah,
but for a rom-com,
enough.
Yeah.
She was good enough.
She was good enough.
And she was in Anaconda. I mean, it's a thriller.
Those are both actions, though.
Whatever.
Action thrillers.
Yeah. But no, she did great. I don't know what they're talking about. For a romantic comedy, she was fine.
I mean, yeah, it's like hard to like fuck this up. Like, she did fine.
The only line that she delivered terribly was, "You son of a..." That's the only line I didn't like the way she delivered.
Oh, when she said, "Motherfucker."
Yeah. Mother? She just did it so like, mother, like
I didn't like it either. Yeah.
I just didn't like the way she delivered it. That was the only thing. But besides that, it was fine.
That was all the information I could collect. Budget.
15.
No.
20.
No.
30.
No.
35.
No.
I can't go higher than 30. 40.
$43 million. Okay. Box office. Remember, it was panned by critics.
They don't know what they're talking about. 60.
No.
70.
No.
Fuck. 80.
No.
20 million.
No.
Am I going better? Am I going better?
Keep on climbing those charts, baby.
Okay. 150 million.
$155 million. Can you? I didn't fucking. You can see it.
Girl, I can't see shit. No, I don't have it up.
Oh.
Then I'll scroll down. Oh no, I don't have it up right now. It's not on here.
Yes, it is.
Where? Did you whiten it out or something? I don't see it. You usually don't put it on here for that.
Oh yeah. I guess I didn't.
Yeah.
Cast.
Wait, it got 155 million. They did amazing. You talk about that.
Right, that's what I said. Oh yeah, $155 million.
They forget
shit talking.
I feel like movie critics are kind of annoying because they forget how most people view movies. Like, yes, obviously this isn't Goodfellas, but people are going to enjoy the movie.
Right, like there's nothing wrong with this movie.
There's nothing wrong.
Like negative reviews for the screenplay, I was like, this is an excellent concept.
Yeah, not everybody trying to sit down and see like something so like serious.
Right.
Like I want to go watch a chill movie. I want to go watch a chick fucking flick.
Yeah, I ain't trying to watch Gone with the Wind. Okay?
I want to laugh. I want to see drama. And it was so good. And even what's the black lady's name in the movie?
Sykes.
Wanda Sykes. She needed to win in my head, Best Supporting Actress. Her performance in that movie, like
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. She's fucking hilarious. And her and Jane Fonda, they should have done another movie together. I'm surprised no one, like their chemistry, I would put them in another film.
That's actually a good point.
Go do something.
They should have had their own sequel.
They should have. If I was a producer, I'd be like, y'all need to be in another movie. I'm not sure. I'm going to come up with stuff because y'all chemistry
or a show.
Yes. The chemistry was great. I loved it. Loved it.
It was. Cast Jennifer Lopez as Charlie, Jane Fonda as Viola Fields, Michael Verton as Kevin Fields, Wanda Sykes as Ruby, Adam Scott as Remy, Monet Mazur as Fiona, Will Arnett as Kit. Myself.
What the fuck is funny?
Me. Anna Parisi as Morgan. That's good enough.
So, the movie begins. We're in, obviously, California. What part of California do you think we're in?
I don't know.
Somewhere at
the beach.
Yeah, California.
Hey,
and we meet Charlie's character. In the first, 5 seconds. Venice Beach, there we go. Yeah. In the first 5 minutes of the movie, we see that she's basically a temp worker. She is a dog walker. She works at a receptionist, but she's an aspiring fashion designer, and I think she's like an artist. She does it all. She's a woman of
aspiring fashion designer.
Jay, in the very beginning, she's drawing fashion designs. In that first scene, which I thought was crazy because I thought she was a painter because she paints that wall.
Right, she was an artist.
Yeah, but she was designing clothing. She was sketching it. She don't know what she want to be. She has a lot going on. That's what I'm saying. She's a woman of many trades. But yeah, we see her at her apartment. We see her neighbor turned best friend, played by Adam Scott, which everyone knows him now from Severance. I know him from Parks and Recreation. But if you watch Monster Law, you know him as the gay best friend, which is hilarious. I forgot he played this role.
I know. Humble beginnings. We love to see it.
Humble beginnings. I love that actors allow themselves to do everything. Or do they get tired?
They have to.
They do. I know.
They gotta eat.
I forgot what, right. But he always wanted to do Severance because Parks and Recreations is a fun show. And I feel like he was perfect on Parks and Recreation.
Right.
Did he see himself doing Severance? But there's one, I forget what actress.
Yeah, because he's more of a comedy guy.
Yeah, mostly. But Severance is first serious role, I think. But I forgot what there was one actress that I loved because I was like, that bitch do anything. Serious, funny. She don't give a fuck.
Who?
I forgot.
Can't even think of her.
Can't even think of her. But I love that. As an actress, I feel, or an actress, I love the ones that don't limit themselves. I only could do serious roles. fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, to be in a comedy, calm down. Like, you're chasing an Oscar so much. You know, these serious films. Like, you could do whatever you want. You're a white man in Hollywood. You're the white man in Hollywood.
The world is your oyster, Leo.
Do whatever you want. Have fun. Like Channing Tatum. I feel like Channing Tatum has fun with it. I know he does mostly joking stuff, but he does stuff that is random.
Right.
Like he was in, you know, he's in
This Is the End.
This Is the End. He plays that imp. The sex imp. I think that's what we call him.
I've never seen it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Gee, so he's not in any of the movie until this one part. So the world ends. It's like an apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The good people go to heaven, and then everyone who's left is on Earth. So the last like 10 minutes of the movie, they're in the house for the most of it, but they get out the house, and only 3 of them is left, and they run into one of the guys they kicked out of the house, and because he was a dick, but now he's leading this cannibalistic cult, and when they show him, he's got a man on a leash, humping his leg. He takes his hat off. It's fucking Channing Tatum. He's like, "Hey guys," but he's in leather. He's a chain around his neck. He's humping the guy's leg, and it's fucking Channing Tatum. It's hilarious. And I saw something where Jonah Hill was saying, they were like, oh, he was talking to Seth Rogen, and he was like, "Who's gonna pay this?" And they were like, and Jonah Hill was like, "Channing would do it." You're like, "Are you sure? Would he really do it?" And you're like, "Yeah, he would. Like he'll do it. Like he'll do anything. He's here for fun."
Oh, such a good guy.
Such a good guy. Beautiful. And I can't believe I was really hoping him and Zoe were going to make it work.
She was too serious for him. I feel like he was probably scared of her.
I don't know. I feel like she changed his look up, or maybe I never paid attention to his look. But when they were together,
they did look cute together, like aesthetically.
He looked very Brooklyn, and I was just like, oof,
they looked very like street.
Yeah,
couple.
Loved it.
I just can't. Like, I could see him like making a joke, and she'd be like, "That's not funny."
Funny. Right.
Like, I just couldn't even understand how they could hold a conversation.
I know. Because, like, I'm sure, like, I'm so mad at her for saying that tweet, like, "Oh, so we just smack people now?" By Will Smith. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'm on, like, I guess the wrong side of history here, because I wasn't crazy about the smack either. I don't support either of them, because I think they both are a little bit coonish.
But they were like,
I plead the fifth on it, because I think both of them are
I just wasn't thinking it was a big of a deal. And I wouldn't tweet about it. I'd been like, gagged. I like that. I'd have been like, my tweet would have been like, that was hilarious.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She takes everything so fucking serious. She's so fucking serious.
Oh, so violence is okay now? Bitch, shut up. I should have pissed me off. Shut the fuck up. Just don't speak on it. Like, shut the fuck up, ho.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Let them...
You're a lookalike.
Who's like this shit out of him? I love me some Will Smith. I would never not love Will Smith.
I like him better than I like Chris Rock. But
I am a Will Smith stan, and I will die on that hill.
But I didn't dislike Chris Rock, but I think they're both they could do better.
Well, I would say Chris Rock is more coonish than Will Smith for a fact.
That is correct. I mean, no, that is correct. But I think they both can do better.
Okay.
Anywho.
All men can.
What the movie that we're talking about.
Yes.
How did we even get here?
We're talking about
versatility.
No, yes, from the Severance guy. What's his name?
Oh, that's how we got here.
Yeah. So yes. So we meet Remy, Charlie's roommate / best friend.
Her neighbor.
Neighbor / best friend. So the movie kicks off with a series of meet cutes of Charlie running into Kevin, which is her soon-to-be husband.
Her fiancé. So we see her when she's like dog walking. She's like reading her horoscope while she's sitting on the beach with these dogs. And Kevin runs along the beach shore shirtless, and they lock eyes. And then she turns away because I guess she's like too intimidated to look at a hot man. So she like turns away, but he's still staring at her. Then we see them meet again, I guess on a different day. No, it's the same day. At a coffee shop. I think I saw him twice in one day.
Okay.
at a local coffee shop. She's like leaving out. He's walking in. They bump into each other. He's like, hi. She's like, bye. Don't know why she's so scared and intimidated by this man, but for whatever reason, she is.
He should have asked for a number.
She shares this exchange with her BFF Remy and then their other friend, what their girl name was, Morgan. So she's hanging out with her besties, Remy and Morgan, and they're doing like tarot card readers, and Remy pulls out the Knight of Shining Armor card. And then Charlie's like, oh my goodness, that must be for me. I ran into this guy twice today, the same day. That must mean something. And then they're like, oh, well, what happened when you spoke to him? She's like, I didn't talk to him. And they're like, what's going on? What's going on? You're running into this guy twice. You haven't dated anybody in forever. You're not having sex. We're worried about you. And she's like, look, maybe I'm just looking for a guy who takes things serious, who goes a little slow, who's not afraid to pull out his chair for a woman, blah, 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 blah.
Just saying all that.
Maybe. Right. She went on
not afraid to put out a chair for a woman? What the fuck was that? Is that a fear? Is that a fear that someone has?
They're not doing that these days, Jordan.
But they're terrified of it.
The bar's in hell.
Jesus. It's also funny in this scene. The other tarot card that he pulls out, he's like, keep saying this crazy old lady. That's small. I was like, LOL.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Before
funny.
He brought up the Knight of Shining Armor, he's like, I keep on pulling this card with this crazy old lady. The dude is a natural tarot card reader. Like,
no, he is. Oh my God. Wait, that's so funny. I missed that.
Yeah.
So after this, conversation with her besties, it's the next day. Morgan is a caterer, and she needs the assistance of Remy and Charlie for this event that she's having, where she's catering this event. Some girls pulled out on her last minute. She's got to call in her besties to help out. They're there in a jiff. They pull up at this party. At the event, they're like, what do we need to do? She's like, I need y'all to serve hors d'oeuvres. No problem, Charlie and Remy say. As they're carrying out the tray of food, upon entry into the party, Charlie sees Kevin, the doctor, the hottie, the guy she ran into on the beach, the guy she ran into the coffee shop. And she tells them, she's like, oh my God, that's him. They're like, it's who? She's like, the guy who I keep on running into. Mm-hmm. She's like, this must mean something. 3 times in the same day. She's giving me mixed signals because like every time she's like, oh my God, I'm seeing him again. But then every time she sees him, she like doesn't want to talk to him.
She freaks out. But it's definitely serendipity. I think it's like, there was like one movie, there's one of those Harry meets Sarah. They bump into each other. And then like Harry meets Sarah. Sally, and they keep bumping into each other. But the whole thing is I think they bump into each other and the third time they like actually talk.
Is that what serendipity means?
Serendipity, no. Well, what did I say that you think serendipity means? It means Harry and Sally?
You're like, well, it's kind of serendipity.
It's like serendipity, but serendipity is like
Is that a movie?
Like, it is a movie, but it means like to let's look up the actual definition because serendipity means good luck in making unexpected and fortunate discoveries.
Oh, okay. That's not what I would have thought it meant. I thought it meant like happiness or something.
No, it's just like,
well, it's kind of the same thing.
Luck.
So she keeps on running into him. She goes out with the tray of shrimp balls that she has. And she's like slowly scanning the room and like slowly inching towards him. Meanwhile, Kevin is talking to a colleague, Kit, played by William Arnett, and this chick, Fiona. Fiona has the hots for Kevin.
They made out one time.
Is telling the story about how Kevin saved this man's life who was like dying from cardiac arrest.
Lovely.
And how he's a superstar.
He's amazing.
Charlie overhears this conversation and she's like, yeah, you're so hot. And then everyone's like, the fuck? Excuse me? And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Do you guys want some shrimp balls? And he's like, oh yeah, like what do you have there? And she's like, yeah, they're balls of shrimp. And Fiona, being the hater that she is, she's like, we're not interested in C genitalia. Please leave. And Charlie apologizes. And she's like, okay, yes, sorry. Kevin, seeing this chick 3 times in a row, he's like, oh my God, I can't let her
He's
leave.
intrigued. They exchange words for a little bit, and she once again runs off. When she runs off, at some point she finds Fiona. And Fiona brings up something, looking at Kevin. They're both looking at Kevin. Fiona goes, isn't it a shame that he's not playing for this team?
He's off the market, and he doesn't play for the team. That's right.
And Charlie's like, what? And they look off to the distance, and they see Kevin being buddy. But this is his friend. He's not gay. But Charlie, at this point, she's like, oh, okay, he's gay. There's no point pursuing this. End of the night, I tried in my head. So the next day, she's at home, Charlie, and she gets a call on her house phone. She doesn't answer. Her landline. And lo and behold, Kevin is leaving a message on her answering machine, and he's calling and basically like, can we go on a date? Can we go to coffee? Can you give me a call back? Hey, it's me, Kevin. But for whatever reason, she don't answer. Oh, because she thinks he's gay.
Right.
At this point.
Duh.
But
and she doesn't call back. So the next day,
which is rude.
On the beach. It is.
Obviously, he's not gay. He's calling you.
Right. Like, bitch, come on.
What are you like? I already have one gay best friend. I can have two.
Exactly. Right. I only have room for one gay man in my life.
Does that sound like a gay man to you, calling you, trying to ask you on a date?
Stop being stupid.
Stop being
You're stupid. So the next day, she's back on the beach walking these goddamn dogs. And Kevin runs into her. And he's like, I thought I'd meet you at your spot since you didn't return my calls. And she's like, why are you calling me? Like, why are you following me? Like, I'm a woman. And he's like, yeah, I love that about you. And she's like, have you ever been with a woman? And he's like, I'm not gay. What are you talking about? She's like, you're not? And he's like, hey, like, look, can I take you on a date? Like, we can watch the game. I can ignore you all night. Prove to you that I'm not gay. I can do the straightest things possible. And she's like, no, like, why are you so interested in me? Like, why me? And he's like, I just think you're, like, amazing. You're beautiful. You're stunning. You're great. And she's like, really? What color are my eyes? And he's like, they're brown initially. And then she's like, oh my God, they aren't. And then he's like, but when you look in the sunlight, they turn hazel. Oh, and then when your eyes are facing the water, they turn a slight amber. But what I really love is right in the center of the cornea, there's a little bit of green. And she's like, I would have settled for brown. And she's sold.
She's eating it up.
That girl eyes ain't all them colors.
I know. Also, like, girl, stop playing so hard to get. Like, stop. What are you doing? Like, why are you doing all this?
She doesn't make any sense because she's like, oh my God, I'm running into him again. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then when he asks her out, she's like, why do you want to go out with me? Like, bitch, what's wrong with you?
I would say I didn't like that part. I did like the whole, like, what color are my eyes? That was cringe.
That was so stupid.
It was cringe. It was stupid.
I guess this is the part where the critics panned the film. Right.
So, cut to, we are introduced to a lovely woman named Viola. Viola is a talk show host. At the moment, we don't realize this is Kevin's mom. But they do a thing where, like, Kevin gets bit by one of Charlie's dogs. They bring him home, and she's, like, taking care of him. And, like, Kevin's mom keeps calling and calling. He's ignoring it. And then we cut to this lady, Viola. And then that's how you kind of figure out that it's a mom.
And then, so we're introduced to Viola. She's walking in this, like, production studio with her assistant.
She's an icon.
What is her name? Rhonda?
Ruby. You said Ruby.
Ruby. She's walking with her assistant, Ruby. She's asking
Rhonda? That's very racist of you. What's her name? Rhonda? Oh, okay. She can't, her name can't be Ruby?
Rhonda is a neutral race name.
Rhonda.
I knew it started with this.
What's that name? Rhonda? Like, damn, no, it's a Ruby, actually. We the typecast. Because where you got from? I don't know where you got Rhonda from.
Oh, Jesus.
Now her name's Sarah. Calm down, Jesus.
Oh, Lordy. Woo, okay. She's walking with her assistant, Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
And she even asked Ruby, did Kevin answer? And she's like, no, I paged him. She's like, page him again. So she's walking in the studio with her assistant. She has a big meeting with some executives. She's really excited because she thinks that this means some sort of like promotion, more like TV slots or something, maybe like a pay raise, because the last time she met with them a couple of years ago, it went so well. So she's excited.
Yes.
She walks in to the meeting with the executives. They tell her she is being replaced.
You're
She's
fired.
done. She's like a 5-time Emmy Award-winning television host. She's like the Oprah in this movie.
Yeah.
And she's being replaced.
Which is crazy
by
to
a
do.
younger girl.
Up and coming. We're changing the whole thing. But also, you know what kind of reminds me of it's kind of like in, what's that movie? And take the part of you and you stick it in a younger part of you and you create a part of you that's younger.
Oh my God, that's what I thought too.
Was it called Separate? No.
The Substance.
The Substance. It was giving, that scene was giving The Substance. Because that's basically what happens at the beginning of The Substance.
Yeah, literally.
But it's also crazy to tell her you're getting fired right before she goes on air.
Come on now.
Maybe you can't do this.
You could have done that after, like 10 minutes before she has to go on air. So now Viola has to.
Pissed.
Right after she has her crash out, she now has to go on stage and introduce and interview this bootleg Britney Spears, who's like 17. She's singing about makeups in her bag. And Viola is trying to keep it cool, you know? But it doesn't really work. Yeah. She's interviewing the 17-year-old bootleg Britney Spears. She's asking her what she likes to do. She says she likes to watch old movies. Viola's like, what are some of your favorite movies? And she's like, oh, I really like old movies. I love Legally Blonde, The Little Mermaid, Grease 1, Grease 2.
No, that was actually a wild answer because
Legally Blonde was crazy. Because Legally Blonde came out in like 2001 and this movie came out in 2005.
No, it was crazy. Someone's answer, I was like, now y'all just fucking with her. Because why would you say Legally Blonde? That's a movie that just can't, right.
I mean, her saying Grease was kind of crazy too, bitch. Because Viola was waiting to hear Casablanca.
Gone with the Wind.
Right. She was waiting to hear that. She was waiting to hear Breakfast at Tiffany's. She was waiting to hear that. That girl said Legally Blonde, The Little Mermaid.
I'm like,
Free Willy.
I was like, this bitch is just stupid because she don't know when time periods are. Not old movies.
And so, something about this answer gets Viola irate.
Yes.
And she's like, do you read
at this point,
the newspaper?
You're calling me old.
Right.
You're calling me ancient.
Exactly. And Viola asks this girl, she's like, do you read the newspaper? And the girl's like, I don't have time for that. And she's like, so you have no idea what's going on in the world? And the girl's like, yeah, I mean, I guess. And then she's like, so you've sold over 50 million records. You influence an entire generation. You're singing about mush, talking about makeup in your bag, and you're influencing an entire generation who won't even have the capacity to think because they're listening to the nonsense that you're spewing and putting out into the world. They won't know how to vote. They won't understand the importance of Roe versus Wade. And then the girl's like, oh, I don't believe in boxing. I think it's a violent sport.
No, she was wild for that.
And Viola loses her shit.
Right. Women's rights.
She attacks the girl. She launches at her. She pummels her to the ground.
Sometimes you got smack a dumb hoe. Even I love how in the studio,
Ruby's like, y'all better get that little girl out of there. That stage. You better get that little girl out of there.
Ruby is the best. Cockatoo. Viola is getting released from a mental institution because she had this nervous breakdown, and she's claiming to be a new, better version of herself. She's been there for a couple months. Yeah, because like
it probably was some sort of like health spa.
Yeah, but like, I mean, she didn't have a mental. She had one mental episode.
That bitch be having a couple of episodes.
Yeah,
she has episodes throughout the show, throughout the movie.
Yes, this is true. But I feel like that's just how she is.
She's the crash out queen.
She's a crash out queen, period. So yes, it's been a couple of months. Viola's been locked away at this mental institution. She gets out. Ruby picks her off. They're off Viola asks about Kevin. When can I see Kevin? And Ruby's like, oh yeah, you three are going to lunch tomorrow. And Viola's like, 3 of us? And she's like, yeah, Kevin's new girlfriend. And at this point, Viola is about to crack. She's about to like take out her bags and bring it back into the institution and be like, I need a couple hours. I don't understand why someone like Viola, though, would be obsessed with her son so much. I feel like she's got so much going on with her life to be obsessed with her son.
Well, now she doesn't.
Right. But I feel like she was always calling him back to back to back.
But now it's even worse because now she has nothing. Yeah. She ain't got no man. She ain't got no job.
I don't get it, girl.
Her only friend is Ruby. So, of course, she's going to have her life centered around her son.
Yes. But back with Kevin and Charlie, they're moving in with each other. So it's moving fast. While Viola's been locked up, they've been locked in. You see what they're hard up. They moving in with each other.
Kevin and Charlie, they're moving in, and Kevin tells Charlie that, hey, by the way, we're getting lunch with my mom tomorrow. And Charlie's like, oh, okay. And he's like, look, it's going to go great. It's going to go fine. So the next day, they're on the way. Right.
He be acting like, what?
My mom is oblivious to the type of woman that she is.
It's crazy. That makes no sense. That he's acting like his mom's just like, oh yeah, she'd love to meet you.
He part of the problem, honestly.
He is part of the problem.
And you don't see that your mama crazy?
Crazy.
So they're in the car driving to meet Viola in her home for lunch. Viola, is in her home peeking out the window when Kevin and Charlie arrive. She's all dressed up and she greets Kevin, super excited to see her son, but is refusing to look at Charlie.
Acknowledge her.
And Kevin's like, look, I want you to meet my girlfriend. And she's like, oh, hi. So the 3 sit down, they have like tea and crumpets and whatever.
They're hitting it off.
Surprisingly, they're hitting it off. They're getting along. They're finishing each other's sentences. They're laughing. They're kikiing. They're ha-haing. And Kevin's like, oh, this is great. I love this.
This is what I want. He's like, this is the confirmation that I needed.
Mm-hmm. Kevin sees this. And he says, you know what? I am so happy that you guys are getting along. And he's like, I really, I was nervous. And they're like, oh my goodness, why would you be nervous? And he's like, well, because you 2 women are so important in my life. Mom, you're the most influential person that I know. And Charlie, as the days go on, I'm falling more and more in love with you. And he's like, I guess I say all this to say, Charlie, what are you doing for the rest of your life? Then he gets down on one knee. What? He's proposing.
Viola is throwing up violently.
It's just so funny how she does like a 180 like that. Like they were getting along so well. She sees her like slurp her tea instead of sip it, is instantly disgusted, and then after that she like hates the girl.
She sees her slurp her tea instead of sipping it? Oh.
Yeah, she like when Kevin's like, and he's like, oh, and Charlie, you're like, I love you so much, and she like slurps her tea like instead of like sipping it.
Oh yeah.
And Viola looks at her in disgust.
She's like, that's part of the problem.
Like, bitch.
She's like, this bitch know.
You
ain't
sip,
cultured.
not slurp.
This bitch ain't rich.
Viola's like, oh no, she doesn't want to accept it. She's in shock. And Charlie's like, no, shut the fuck up, lady. She's like, Kevin, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, absolutely. And Viola excuses herself to go into her room and have the 3rd crash out of the year.
Mind you, she gave up drinking. Like Ruby had like gotten rid of all the alcohol in the house. She's trying to be a more peaceful, calm woman. She goes straight to her medicine cabinet and finds like Listerine with 14% alcohol in it and chugs it. Like crash out queen, honey. She goes into her other room. She sits down. Is she like meditating? She's praying to the gods.
She's like, God, please erase all the evilness and anger from me. And it's not working. Her meditation isn't working.
So
she's like, this little slut is trying to steal my Kevin away from me.
These couple scenes like that crash out was like, to me, the best part of the whole movie. It was hilarious.
She's
her doing all that. Jane Fonda is hilarious. Have you ever watched
you wouldn't be able to tell that she was out of the game for 15 years.
Right. Have you seen
No, I know you and Mom used to watch that
Something
little
Frankie?
show. Yeah,
I never
Frankie
finished it.
and Ethel.
Frankie and Grace and Frankie.
Grace and Frankie.
It's such a funny show. The other one,
The one who's not Jane Fonda.
Yeah, Lily Tomlin. That bitch is funny too. That old bitch is hilarious. That bitch is funny.
It's her like old bitch.
Her like that. She's got like a hippie vibe. Like her character's like super hippie. That bitch is funny.
Good for her.
Was she funny? I didn't finish that show. That show was that premise is crazy.
It was crazy. So Viola is crashing out, and she comes to the realization the only possible reason that Kevin would want to marry Charlie at such short notice is the simple fact that she is pregnant. So she goes back out to Kevin and Charlie, and she's like, I'm so happy for you guys. Congratulations. But look, in this day and age, I don't think just because, you're pregnant that you have to go and get married.
Right.
And Kevin and Charlie are like, what? It's just like there's other solutions for a modern day woman in this age. There's abortion, there's adoption. I just don't think this is like the answer. And then Kevin's like, Mom, she's not pregnant.
Charlie's not pregnant.
And then she's like, oh, I just assumed because it's just so short notice. I mean, Kevin, you never mentioned anything to me. And he's like, look, we love each other. This is what we're going to do. And then he gets a call from the hospital, and he excuses himself for the moment.
My favorite part is when Jane Fonda's character, Viola goes, you know what? Marriage is so sacred. And just before they got there, Kevin was telling Charlie how his mom has been married 4 times. Mm-hmm. And then Charlie goes, haven't you been married 4 times?
She's like, yes, darling. Wouldn't that make me an expert?
But why does it? I just don't understand how Kevin's not seeing it. Right. Like, even this scene, he's not seeing it.
He's like, yeah. She's like, these were all compliments. Yeah. She was complimenting you.
Yeah. She's like, no, I think she was asking a question.
Right.
She thought I was pregnant and she was trying to she called me a pregnant lesbian.
Yeah. So Viola tries to convince Charlie that, like, this is all too soon for you. You shouldn't do it while Kevin's away on the phone. It doesn't work. And Charlie and Viola leave. And Charlie's left thinking, I don't think your mom really likes me that much.
What?
And he was like, she loves you. She doesn't.
Yes. After this whole thing, Viola is talking to Ruby, and she decides, okay, I have to set up a plan. She decides to dig up dirt on Charlie. There's got to be something in her history that's just not making sense. Also, the whole thing is, like, it's not that she doesn't want her son to marry. She doesn't want her son to marry someone like Charlie, who's like a temp worker and
probably a person of color.
And just
she is a person of color, but
she is, but like not well suited for her doctor's son that is on this pedestal. Like, he needs to be dating a princess, the Queen of Genova, basically.
Genovia,
excuse me. So so Viola decides that she's gonna dig up dirt. She's gonna throw them an engagement party as well to show
how out of place
Charlie is in their world, in their society,
and that Kevin would never want to be with her once he realizes that she just simply does not fit in their world.
Yes, obviously. So the next scene is the engagement party. Kevin and Charlie, they arrive in like casual outfits, like a nice Sunday barbecue outfit, but they see everybody there in black tie, floor-length dresses, tuxedo suits, and Viola walks up to them. She's like, "Oh, welcome. I'm so glad you're here." And then Charlie's like, I wish you'd have told us we're black tie. And she's like, it's okay. I have clothes for you guys upstairs. It's gonna be fine. Here's the Prince of Africa here.
Here's the man who introduced the euro to the global market.
Okay,
Meet him.
Like the craziest people.
Here's the man who freed Nelson Mandela. Meet him.
Also a crazy thing to have an engagement party with random people. I'd be like, bitch, who are these motherfuckers?
Right. Where are my friends?
Where are my friends? Where are my family? Where's y'all's family? Because these are all the people she's interviewed her whole life.
Exactly. So Viola keeps on introducing Charlie to all these people. Charlie's like, please, can I change before I meet the Queen of Sheba? And Viola's like, sure.
I don't know
Ruby
why
will
she
show
felt
you to the
so.
dress.
I don't know why she felt so uncomfortable. Like, she looked pretty. I know it wasn't like black tie, but like,
I would have felt uncomfortable too if I was a temp and I was meeting the man who introduced the euro
yeah.
to the global market.
But she said, right. But she says, like, I don't want to meet him in sandals. I'm like, girl, he'd be fine. You look cute. You're
That's
pretty.
what you think.
I guess.
So Charlie goes up to the room to change. It's like this stunning vintage dress that Viola has picked out for her. The only issue is it's probably like 2 sizes too small. And JLo, being the voluptuous, curvy woman that she is, she got booty, she got body. She can't fit into this 00 dress.
It was so mean.
I
Because
know.
she did that on purpose.
Oh, she definitely did that on purpose.
Yes. And the dress was gorgeous, too.
It was a gorgeous dress. And of course, while she's trying to shimmy this dress that's 2 sizes too small over her butt, it rips. And she's like, fuck. So it rips. She goes looking for Kevin. Meanwhile, Kevin is in his room changing into a tux. And enters Fiona, the lady who we saw at the party where Charlie was serving.
Who Viola invited to this party to cause mayhem and mischief. Because I guess this is the woman she sees her son with, which is this girl's trashy to me, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. She's just white and thin. That's all.
Yeah.
So she goes up to Kevin's room and Kevin is changing and he's like, get out, Fiona, what are you doing here? And she's like, look, me and you shared something really special once. And he's like, no, we shared too many drinks together once. And she's like, just kiss me and I can show you and remind you again. And he's like, look, bitch, I'm happy and I'm engaged. Get the fuck. She doesn't take no for an answer. She kisses him. Meanwhile, Charlie was looking for Kevin once she ripped the dress.
Yeah.
And she walks in on Fiona kissing Kevin. And Fiona's like, oh my goodness, I was just giving the groom a congratulatory kiss. Like, bitch. No need to worry. And then Charlie's like, why would I worry? He's gay, right? Because that bitch told her that Kevin was gay and he wasn't gay.
You know what? I feel like she never told Kevin that she said that.
I feel that way too.
Because I would have said that. I would have said on the bitch. I'm like, that girl told me you was gay.
Yeah, your friend. She told me you was gay.
You was gay. I ain't gay, Grandpa. Like, boop. What? Have you watched Boondocks?
Oh.
I ain't gay. I still can't believe Regina King.
That's so crazy, right?
Still not can't believe that.
That's crazy. What a talent.
What a fucking talent. I'm going to go watch that show tonight. I ain't gay, Grandpa. So good.
So then Charlie storms off. Of course, Kevin runs after her. And she's like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm going home. I've embarrassed myself tonight.
Yeah.
Was introduced to all of these, half of the world's royalty in flip-flops and a dress and a ponytail. Your mom gave me this dress that's 2 sizes too small, and I just walked in on you kissing your ex. She's like, I don't want to be here. And he's like, look, like, I'm sorry. It's not what it looked like. It's not what it meant. He was like, you're my world. These people aren't my world. You are now. And
that's it.
She kind of takes it for what it is. He apologizes. He kind of reassures her that, like, this might be my old life, but you are now my new life. I love you, baby.
She got over that kiss real quick, because I'd have had questions, honey.
I would have investigated further.
Yeah.
He didn't even say, she kissed me. He didn't even say that.
He barely talked. They more talk about the fact that she feels out of place in that world, not even kiss.
Right. I'm like, can we talk about you kissing this lady?
Right. You're my fiancée, and I just found you making up with somebody. I think.
So as the night concludes, the next, day, I guess.
Viola is very upset that her plan didn't work. She's in bed, like she's sick and like going through it. Ruby comes to comfort her. Viola asks her, has she got any dirt on Charlie? She's like, no, the girl's like clean as a whistle. She 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 makes fun of, she tells her like she doesn't have nearly as many sexual partners as you had. I don't know, just funny. And then Viola's like, can you find something? She was like, well, if you get her DNA, maybe I can run a test on it. And Viola's like, yeah, that'd be a great idea, actually. Bitch is going crazy. But anyway, at this point, she decides that she's going to make Charlie crazy. She's going to drive her up the wall so much that she doesn't want to be a part of this family. She doesn't want to marry Kevin. She doesn't want to deal with this. And she'll run her away. So, first order of business, she calls up Charlie. She's like, hey, girl, let's go to lunch. Oh, and Charlie's like, oh, let me see if Kevin has time to both. She's like, no, just us two. Let's do this. And Charlie, of course, is like, yeah, okay. So the next day, they meet up for lunch. Charlie walks in, and she has no idea that this bitch is going to turn her life upside down, starting here now.
Right here. Right now.
Right here. So, yeah, they sit down. And the first thing Viola insults her about is like, I think Charlie orders a hamburger and she's like, oh, you're not worried about fitting to your dress? And she basically calls her fat and is concerned that she's be too big to fit in her dress because I think Viola gets like a salad and Charlie gets a hamburger. And she talks about how fat she's going to be.
Viola basically insults her about her weight and her figure, and then continues on to tell her that, oh my goodness, guess what? I'm going to plan your wedding. We can have it at the church on 2nd Street. Charlie protests because she's not religious, and then Viola's like, well, we can have it at my house. It'll be amazing. It'll be fantastic. We'll get the band that the Wilsons had. You'll love it. It'll be great. I can make everything just how you want it. And Charlie's a bit hesitant. And then Viola keeps going on and on about all these ideas and possibilities that Charlie hates, that Viola wants to bring to the table for her wedding. To the point where Charlie's just like, I've had it. Enough. That's not what we're doing. That won't be happening. Please stop. Viola enacts her plan and sees this opportunity of Charlie's yelling or Charlie's disagreement with her plans to pass out and have a panic attack.
Looks like a heart attack at first, but she does look down. It looks like she's dying.
It does. So then, fast forward, Viola's rushed to the hospital. Kevin meets her, and Charlie's there as well. After consulting with his mother, Kevin goes to Charlie and is basically like, my mom said you were like yelling at her and saying that she couldn't plan the wedding and that you didn't want her to be a part of it. Is any of this true? And Charlie's like, I mean, like, yeah, it is, but you should have heard her. Like, she was driving me up the wall. And Kevin's like, give her a break. Like, she's all that we have. Like, I'm all that she has. She couldn't be that bad. So then out walks her psychiatrist, Viola's doctor, and is basically talking to Kevin. He's like, I just wanted to give you an analysis on your mom's condition. She is on the verge of a psychotic break.
Oh, wow.
Okay. She probably needs to be staying with someone, preferably a close family member. Does she live alone? And Kevin's like, yes. He's like, I think it'd probably be best if she moved in with you. And of course, to Charlie's irritation, she's like, fuck. So there you have it, folks. Viola's moving in.
So yes, at the suggestion of Viola's doctor, quote unquote, Viola moves in with Kevin and Charlie. Soon after she moves in, freaking Kevin goes out of town for some, I don't know why he go out of town. He's a doctor. It's not right. Like he's a traveling doctor or like a businessman. So I'm not really sure why he goes out of town.
It must be a doctor conference.
But even at the point as Kevin's leaving, Viola's plan gets kicked off into action. Kevin's trying to say goodbye to Charlie and Viola's hanging on to Charlie and like not letting her go while Kevin's trying to leave. It was really messed up. But yes, her plan is on like Donkey Kong.
So it's already like night one, and Viola is in like a different room sleeping. She's crying throughout the night, wailing as loud as possible to the point where Charlie can't sleep. Charlie goes in to check on Viola. Viola's like, I'm just so nervous and scared. Do you mind staying with me? And Charlie's like, okay, I
I
guess.
guess.
So she gets in the bed with Viola. Viola eventually goes to sleep, but is pretending to have a nightmare to where someone's chasing after her.
Like a night
and is
terror.
punching Charlie in her face and kicking her in her sleep to where Charlie is continuously not getting any rest. Then she asks Charlie to get her some water, sparkling, of course, and she's basically just keeping her up throughout the entire night. So the next day, Charlie is restless. She has no sleep. She's tired.
Girl.
And
then Viola's up with another plan. After a long day, Charlie trying to stay awake at work or one of her 10th jobs, she comes home. Viola cooked for her. But, I mean, she must have tried her darnest to make the worst food ever.
It was like liver and steak pie.
It was.
But the steak didn't thaw out quick enough, so it's mostly liver.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And then she starts asking Charlie. Then she tells Charlie that, hey, I want to put you in my will, but my lawyer has all these crazy questions. And she starts asking her, like, do you have
Are you a secret alien? And she's like, no.
Are you an illegal alien?
All right. Not a secret
alien. Are you an illegal alien?
Are you an illegal alien? And Charlie's like, no. She's like, do you have any like long-term or like long history health problems in your family? And she's like, no. How many sexual partners have you had? And Charlie's like, why would they want to know that? And Viola's like, that many, huh?
No, that many.
Okay. And then she's like, would you be open to signing a prenup? And Charlie's like, bitch, these are not them motherfucking questions. And then she's like, oh, you're right. These pesky lawyers, they're so invasive. We'll save this for later.
That bitch is hilarious.
Right. That girl said, that many, huh?
Yeah. Would you be willing
at her.
And then she went, were you willing to sign a prenup? Like, wait, hold on. Right. So even that night, Charlie thinks she puts Viola to bed. Because Viola's supposed to be taking like these anti-anxiety medicines. They're supposed to knock her out. So she puts Viola to bed, so she thinks. Charlie relaxes, starts to watch a movie. And then Viola comes down looking like a creepy witch and like spends a whole night talking through the movie Charlie's trying to watch, talking the whole time. She sleeps wild on Charlie, and Charlie gets no rest. She falls asleep on the couch, and she wakes up to Viola blasting an air horn, and she tells Charlie, oops, I thought it was a
air freshener.
That was an air freshener.
She's been terrorizing her.
Yes.
Day in and day out.
It gets to the point where Viola even tells Charlie that she's thinking about buying one of the houses that is available 2 doors down. And at this point, Charlie's like, I don't know what to do. Luckily, I guess it's one day where Viola, goes out and does whatever the fuck she claims to do. But Charlie's friends come over, and Charlie's like retelling the whole story about like how like terrible as it has been since Viola moved in. But Remy, the gay guy friend, he is nosy as hell, and he has spent his time visiting his friend in Viola's room, and he has her clothes on, and he has like the background check or whatever that Viola is doing on Charlie.
And he's basically like, girl, this lady trying to find dirt on you. And Charlie's like, no way. And he's like, I found this folder that has like all this information about you.
Thank God.
And then of course, they further investigate.
Yes,
so then they go up to Viola's room looking for more information, and they discover that the pills that Viola is supposed to be taking for her anxiety that was prescribed to her are not real. They are fake. They're fakes. They're like vitamin pills.
They're fucking vitamins.
And then, so Charlie chooses to investigate further. And Viola's still out for the day. She said she was going somewhere with Ruby. And she somehow figures out where they are. She pulls up at the location that Ruby and Viola are at. They're at a restaurant, and they are getting served by Viola's doctor that told her that she was on the nerve of a psychotic break. So the guy was a fake. He's a waiter at like Viola's favorite restaurant, probably like an actor who she, employed to pretend to be her doctor to convince Kevin and Charlie that she had to stay with him. So all of this shit is fake.
The devil
Charlie's realizing.
Devil works hard, but Viola works harder, honey.
That's right. Yeah. So it's all fake.
Faker. Mm-hmm. So at this point, Charlie is... She's in on it. She's on to... At this point, Charlie's on to Viola's scheme, and she know what the fuck is up. So now it's her time to get back at Viola. First off, she brings home one of the dogs that she walks. And when Viola walks in, she has the dog
basically is attacks. On the verge of attacking Viola.
It's not one of those cute dogs. One of them dogs that attack people.
It's like one of those German shepherds, or one of those big Rottweilers or something.
Yeah, one of those I wouldn't fuck with.
Yeah, so that dog basically meets Viola upon entry at the door and is barking and growling at her with his big dog teeth. And Viola is terrified. Charlie comes out and she tells the dog to sit, but she has a spoon in her hand because she's making pasta, and she flicks the spoon at the dog, but the sauce that's on the spoon gets all over Viola's white, probably Chanel suit.
Stain further.
And Viola's pissed. She goes upstairs to take off her dress and relax, and she finds 15 dogs in her room, and they have destroyed everything. The pillows, the sheets, her clothes.
Her items.
And now she's getting under that girl's skin.
Period. So the next night, Charlie returns the favor and cooks Viola dinner. This time she cooks, what is it? Chitlins? Is it chitlins?
It looked like chitlins.
I don't know what it was.
She says what it is, but it's something I've never heard of.
Yeah,
but she said it's a delicacy. It looked like chitlins.
Viola is trying to relax. She's trying to have a cocktail. Charlie walks. She's like, no, you can't drink it. Not with your medicine. If you want to relax, you need to take your medicine. So Charlie goes to grab her medicine. So reminder, Viola has been taking vitamin C. I don't know what Charlie got her hands on. I don't know how strong this medicine is. I don't know if it's NyQuil or whatever. She gives it to Viola. She puts the plate of food down in front of her. Viola takes the pill, and in 5 minutes, the girl is passed out, and she knocks out on this chitlin plate. Which honestly, I would have been concerned because she falls asleep.
She could have drowned.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, could she not have drowned? Because her face is fully in it. I would at least put her face at the side.
It's like a soup.
Yeah. I was like, you sure not this bitch not drowning? Luckily, she was snoring loud, but I'd have been concerned.
So the next day, Charlie wakes up. Viola is in the same spot where Charlie left her, head face down in that damn chitlin soup.
Yeah.
And how did she wake her up? Did she use a blowhorn?
Ruby comes.
Ruby comes in, wakes up Viola, and Viola and Charlie meet in the kitchen. And Ruby's like, you're not as helpless as I thought you were.
Right.
And Charlie's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever do you mean? Because she has to go pick up Kevin from the airport because Kevin's back in town, finally. So while she goes to get Kevin from the airport, after this, they're supposed to meet up Kevin, Charlie, and Viola. So for lunch. So Kevin and Charlie are already sitting down. Viola arrives, and she's shocked to see Charlie there. She thought it was going to be her and her son, her one and only. Do you want to screw your fucking son? What do you want? Calm down.
No, she literally does.
It's gross.
Women like Viola are dangerous. Women who want to fuck their sons are not.
It's just weird. What do you want from your son? What more do you need?
Penis.
Ew. And it's also funny because, she's been married 4 times, and this is
she wants Kevin to be the 5th.
Right. But it's the only man in her life that's been consistent, I guess. It's the only man that she needs.
That's right.
But so Viola sits down and Charlie asks her, because you remember at this point, she knows what's going on. So she plays into everything and she's trying to play nice. And she asks Fiona to be her matron of honor and to wear this like peach color dress, knowing that the Viola would hate the one being the matron of honor, because that just means like the old person, and to wear like this peach colored dress. Like Viola is like pissed off. But like Kevin's like, oh my God, that's great, Mom. That's a great honor. Like, I'm so happy that you could do this. And you can see Viola being like, yeah, I would love to do that.
And then so they're kind of like, you know, having a dick off contest here. Like, my dick's bigger than your dick. But Kevin thinks like this is all very genuine and like they're really hitting it off. But it's fake on both ends.
Yes.
And Kevin is basically like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad you guys are getting along. And then Viola starts to cry. Fake cry. And then Charlie. So they're kind of like big dicking each other. But then Charlie also mentions that she spoke with Viola's doctor. And Viola's like, you spoke to my doctor? And she's like, yeah, we even had lunch, actually. And we had a great conversation. And Charlie's basically telling Viola, I know you're full of shit.
Because she mentions like the restaurant that the doctor, quote unquote, works at. That she works at.
And then so Viola starts to cry. And then Charlie starts to cry. And they're just like, oh my God, I'm so emotional. Oh my goodness.
They're tearing it up. White woman tearing it up.
Right. And then Charlie is basically like, Kevin, can you excuse you and your mom? Can you excuse us and leave me with you? What the fuck? Can you excuse
us?
Can you leave and give me and your mom a moment?
That's why.
And he's like, sure.
This is why Kevin got to be oblivious, because the mom's always fake crying and stuff, and he can't see right through it, because obviously that's fake tears. What, brother? What is going on?
Charlie's basically like, yeah, you know, the fake tears, it's getting old. It's tired.
Just so you know, the crying bits are getting old. Just so you know, Kevin likes his girls thin. Oh, well, I could always get liposuction. I've been meaning to ask, is it painful?
That maid of honor bit. Priceless.
Well, you know what they say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Oh.
Now you listen to me. This is my game now. You are going to tell Kevin that you are not moving into our neighborhood and that you've decided that you're feeling like it's time that you go on with your own life. You're moving out of our house immediately. This is over.
This isn't over, not even close, girly.
Well, bring it on, Grandma.
Cut to Viola is moving out the house. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it actually went through. I'm actually surprised that Charlie won, but Viola is moving out the house.
Oh, I didn't even notice she was moving out.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She going home. Ruby's helping her pack. Ruby is, for whatever reason, is pissed off. She's fed up with Viola's bullshit too.
She's fed up with her shit.
Before they go, Charlie gives Viola her matron of honor dress, which is like this pink dress filled with ruffles. And on their way out, Viola throws the dress out of the window, which is hilarious. And
so that shit really did make me laugh when she threw it out the window. She threw it out like immediately as the car took off. It was so funny.
Even just the way it falls is funny.
Right. Because it's like you don't see her throw it. You just see it thrown out of the car.
Yes, it's hilarious. So the next scene is the rehearsal dinner. Their marriage is moving fast. It's moving fast and along. It's
so
a quick
accelerated.
It's a quick engagement, quick wet. It's the whole 9 yards. It's quick.
Shit, she might be pregnant.
Right. So at this point, it's the rehearsal dinner. Everyone's there this time. Smaller. Charlie's friends are there.
Kevin's doctor friend is there.
They sit down for dinner. And at this point, there's a doorbell. Someone's at the door. And Charlie's like, oh, who could that be? This bitch, Charlie. She playing a long game. She invites Viola's doctor over, which is
Not a doctor.
Waiter.
He is a waiter at her favorite restaurant.
Yes. Everyone thinks it's a doctor, but actually her waiter.
So he comes in, Dr. Chamberlain is his name. And Charlie's like, oh, Dr. Chamberlain, thank you for joining. So happy to have you here. But Viola got some tricks up her sleeve as well. And Viola has invited Fiona, Kevin's ex, to the party.
Now, Kevin, you have to see this now, right?
Right. And then he even asks, what is she doing here? Yo, fucking mama invited her.
Right. Like, how are you not seeing this?
Hello.
It's right in your face at this point. My favorite part is the doctor, the quote-unquote doctor. He's been the whole time, like, serving. Like, even when the lady gives him the plates, like, because they had to add plates, and he, like, puts it out like a waiter. He's like, does anyone need gravy? He's like, does he think he's working?
He goes to the kitchen and picks up, like, the condiments. Like, he
the serving tray
is serving. He is literally serving the entire dinner.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But at this point, Charlie's trying to ignore the fact that whatchamacallit's here. She's like, it's fine, I guess. But Viola cannot take this. She's like, Charlie's getting under her skin so much. She goes into the kitchen. Ruby follows. She's like, what are you doing? Viola starts hammering up nuts because early in the movie, Charlie mentioned she had a nut allergy to Viola. So Viola knows this. And she plans on putting crushed up nuts in the gravy. The whole time, Ruby's trying to stop her. This scene is so funny. That scene, they should have got a movie together. That scene alone. They're like fighting over. Ruby's trying to stop Viola from poisoning this girl.
She's like, what's the big deal? Her face is just gonna puff up a little. Puff up a little. Viola, the girl is getting married tomorrow. And then she's really trying to convince her not to, poison this girl and potentially kill her. Ruby is like, I'm not going to jail for your ass. And Viola's like, Ruby, when did you lose your edge? And
Murder.
Ruby convinces her not to poison Charlie. But the nuts are already in the gravy. And Dr. I forgot his name already.
Waiter doctor. I don't know.
Dr. Chamberlain. The waiter has actually gone into the kitchen and retrieved the gravy that Viola put the nuts in and is serving it to everyone. Charlie eating that gravy up. She's like, oh my God, this gravy is delicious. I love it so much. And she instantly begins to have an allergic reaction. She's choking. She's coughing.
Our number one most liked thing on Instagram, because I counted it under our podcast, is for that scene. And I say, she was really trying to kill that girl. And you got like thousands of likes on it.
Ha!
That was me.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
If only that converted to followers and listeners and downloads.
If
but
only.
It's not.
If only. So Charlie instantly has an allergic reaction. She's coughing some more, and then she's coughing again. And as the night concludes, her face and her lips have swollen up to a balloon.
Yeah. They could have died.
She really could have. And it's the night before her wedding.
She's
and
sick.
Kevin's like, I contacted the caterer. They have no idea what could have happened. And she's like, it tastes like I ate like a bowl of nuts. And he's like, there wasn't nuts in the food. Until the next day, it's the day of her wedding. She's getting married. Her face is back to normal.
Yay.
Remy comes in and he's like, oh my goodness, there's the bride. And
Thank
he's
God.
like, you look great. You look normal. And he's like, I can't believe you had an allergic reaction like that. And he's like, you don't think that Viola... And then Trinity's like, no way. I mean, she's crazy, but she's like not psycho killer crazy. And then Remy and Charlie look at each other one more time. And then they're like, nah.
That's so funny because the bitch is psycho killer crazy.
Right, but it really is. Yeah.
It really is, yeah. So before he leaves, which I thought was funny, Remy plans on taking the fake doctor to to the wedding, which I thought was funny. That was going to be his date. I'd have been like, not you trying to blow up the spot?
Right. I was like, no.
You
I'd be like, you can't bring him to my wedding.
You can't bring him to my wedding. He's a fake doctor. He's an enemy of my enemy. Yeah, he's an enemy of my enemy. Which makes him my friend. I don't know. No, he works for my enemy.
He's a friend of my enemy.
Yeah, he's a friend of my enemy. So I ain't fucking with it. I just love the fact that the whole time he was serving. It's just so funny.
Right.
But yes, it's the day of the wedding. Viola is getting dressed. She wears this beautiful, like, classic dress. I was very happy with her. Charlie. I was very happy with her wedding dress. I feel like most time in movies, I hate, like, the wedding dress that people have on, but I really liked hers.
Yeah, I did like her wedding dress. She looks very beautiful. She has, like, white gloves. Her hair is, like, in a slick bun. She has this, like, very simple but very chic white gown. She looks stunning.
Yeah, also wearing white, Viola.
Viola come in while Charlie getting ready in a white dress. And Charlie's like, can we have the room, please?
There's no way that as a friend I'd have been like, this fucking bitch. I think we would have had to jump that hoe. I'd have fought her for it. Like, right. I'd have been like, let's do this. I would have done that, or like I would have got a bottle of wine and I went.
You yanked it right over her head.
Oh, well, not hit her, but just like splash it on her dress. I've read TikToks. I've read TikToks, and I don't know, not TikToks, Reddit stories that said like someone, I guess, wore white to a wedding, and like people kept pouring like red wine on their dress. I don't know how true that is, but damn. But I was like, yeah, that's the least you could do.
That's the least you could do.
You should expect that, but like I would have poured a bottle. I would have fought that bitch. And they all just like leave like, oof, I'm staying out of this. I ain't staying out of this. Are you fucking crazy?
Right.
And where is Charlie's mama? Because it's going to be mama.
They're dead. Her parents are dead.
Yes, you did say that. Sucks. And this is supposed to be my mother-in-law.
Right. This is supposed to be my new mama.
That's all I got.
This is all I got. This hating ass bitch.
This hating ass hoe.
So Viola enters while Charlie's getting ready in this white gown. Charlie's bridal party excuses himself. And Charlie's like, where is your bridesmaid's dress? And she's like, I just feel like this suited me better. And Charlie's like, change right now. And Viola's like, no. Charlie's like, you need to change. Viola's like, no.
Absolutely not.
Charlie slaps Viola across the face.
Amen.
And she's like, oh my goodness, Viola, I'm so sorry. Viola slaps Charlie across the face. And Viola's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't slap somebody and then apologize. Bitch, get a backbone. And then Charlie slaps her again. Then Viola slaps her. Then Charlie slaps her. Then Viola slaps her. Then Charlie punches her. Then Viola punches her. And Charlie's like, this is crazy.
This is crazy.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Take off the dress. And Viola's like, no. And then enters Viola's mother-in-law, Charlie's grandmother. She enters the room.
Kevin's grandmother.
What did I say?
Charlie's grandmother.
Kevin's grandmother.
Gertrude. An icon.
Her OG mother-in-law from her first marriage.
Her only son.
So she enters the chat and is basically like...
They kind of do what Charlie and Viola have been doing, the second half of the movie, that once Charlie found out what's going on. But Gertrude and Viola take the spotlight. Gertrude basically tells Viola that she thinks she's responsible for her son's death and claims that he died of terminal disappointment. And she basically tears Viola a new one. Gertrude leaves. At this point, Viola has calmed the fuck down because she got put in her place. But after seeing this, Charlie is like, I don't want us to be like that. Like, I don't want to continue this. And she's like, you're never going to stop. And this is what we're going to turn into, like, this negativity. We're supposed to be a family, and I don't want to be part of this. So I'm going to go talk to Kevin right now, and I'm going to call it the wedding.
She's like, you win. I don't want this to be my life for the next 20 years. You win, Viola. And then so she walks off to go tell Kevin that, hey, this not going to work.
So while Charlie's off trying to go catch down Kevin. Ruby sits down Viola, and she reminds her that she was in the place that Charlie was in. Gertrude, and she's worse than Gertrude because Gertrude never tried to
wear white on her wedding dress.
Right.
Poison her. Kill her.
Poison. That's what I'm about to say. Poison her. She also didn't wear white on your wedding day. She wore black, but she was also in mourning because her...
No, she said she wore black because she said she was mourning.
Mourning, yeah. And then she didn't...
They were getting married.
Yeah, she didn't try to fucking poison her. And, like, you're the problem. It's not Charlie. So after hearing this, after Ruby knocks some sense to her, she follows Charlie, and she's able to stop Charlie just in time before she tells Kevin that she wants to call the whole thing off.
And Charlie and Viola go back into a separate room, and Charlie's basically like, what do you want? And Viola's like, I don't want you to call off the wedding. And Charlie's like, you don't? And she's like, no, I don't. And she's like, I'm supposed to believe you had a miraculous, awakening, a change of heart all of a sudden. And she's like, look, babe, this has never been about you. I lost my first husband. Kevin is all I have. I no longer have a job. This is what this has all been about. And Charlie's like, okay, that doesn't, stop the fact that you have made my last, couple of weeks of my life miserable.
Hell.
My own personal hell you have brought onto me.
Viola, yes, basically said she's trying to avoid being alone. But she said she promises to stay out of their lives. And Charlie's like, I don't want that. I don't want you to not be a part of our lives. I just want to have fucking boundaries. Mm-hmm. And at this point,
they start setting up those boundaries.
Yeah. And Charlie goes into this whole lovely speech how when we have kids, you can't overstep and you can't do the most. And Viola's like, well, I raised a perfectly good son. But then Charlie gives this lovely speech about you have to be there for every Christmas, for every graduation, for every birthday party. You must be there for my kids.
Every clarinet recital, every soccer game.
Actually, I didn't like that.
But you have to let our kids be raised by us.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
You still have to be there.
I didn't like that speech. I thought it was cringe.
I thought it was uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
I didn't like it either. I was like, ugh.
That's why the producers, what do you call it?
The critics.
They what did it?
Panned.
They panned the shit out of it. They put that shit in a pan and panned it up.
You're an idiot.
That's where the phrase comes from.
Okay.
So yeah. So they're on good graces. At the next scenes cut to they're Kevin and Charlie are off. They just got married. They're heading, to their honeymoon. Charlie throws the bouquet. Viola catches it. Whatever that fucking means. I guess she's gonna have a sixth husband.
Exactly. Fifth. And Kevin says goodbye to his mother one last time. Yeah. He's like, you didn't think I would leave without saying goodbye, did you? And he's like, I love you. Charlie throws the bouquet. Viola catches it. And that's it.
And that's it. They're off to their honeymoon, and Viola and Ruby are off to go have a fucking drink.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done
well that ends well.
They could have had a number 2. It's low-key kind of like a Meet the Fockers. I could see a Meet the Fockers out of this.
Yeah, it's giving Meet the Parents. Yeah,
Meet the Parents. Yeah,
I see that vibe.
I see that. Oh yeah, Meet the Parents. I always forget those first ones, Meet the Parents, because the name Meet the Fockers is just so iconic. Yeah, and the Fockers are so much more interesting than the parents.
Than whoever the other parents.
Yeah,
are.
Meet the Fockers is a good sequel. Damn, they ate that shit up. We have to do that movie too. But yes. What a lovely movie. Do you think Kevin and Charlie are going to stand the test of time?
I do.
I do too.
I do. They last.
Yeah, and clearly I feel like he's a good, he'll do anything. He'll do anything for Charlie. I don't know how to...
He's into her.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah, but I feel like the mom is going to be a problem. Again, I'm sure.
For sure.
But I like whatever Jane Fonda, this type, I like that. I like that for her. I wish she did another movie.
I know.
But she was done bitchy and rich. But I guess that's her life. Maybe not. But yeah, do you get this? What do you get this movie out of a 10 after you watched it?
I give it a 10 out of 10. Maybe a 9.
I give it an 8.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. I think it's fun.
I didn't have any qualms. I was like,
Yeah.
this is solid. Not like The Sweetest Thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? That was awful.
Stop shitting on The Sweetest Thing.
I mean, I like it for the nostalgia aspects, but it had some serious issues.
It's so good. But yeah, guys, don't forget to rate, subscribe, tell your friends, download. It helps the ratings. And follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube. And please don't spoil the movie. You'll find us. You get it. You know how to search. You're out there. We're on the net. And come on back. Happy early Juneteenth, everyone. Well, after this podcast will come out the day after Juneteenth. So hope you had a great Juneteenth.
All right.
But yeah. Good night, motherfuckers.
My stomach's starting to hurt. Goodbye.